Hello and welcome to another Linguistica class. My name is Allison, and today we are going to be doing a vocabulary building class. So this class is called Odd Word Out. We'll have various vocabulary words, and you'll have to guess using your vocabulary skills you already have which one does not belong. Right? So maybe all these belong because they're colors and the other one's not a color, for example. So I'll give a list of all these words, and then the ones you don't know, we will research and come back with the definitions and make sentences so we can learn some new vocabulary words today and have them stick in our memory. So, odd word out. I put this picture of this woman taking this test in class because a lot of the time this is something similar on organized kind of SAT tests or even tests for testing language ability. So the IELTS or something similar you might take for an entrance exam into a university. Not just for non-native speakers, but for native speakers as well. So this is a really good exercise to practice building your vocabulary for any reason. Okay, so like I said before, we will guess which word is the odd word out. So we can do this by seeing how the other words belong and finding that category. And if one of those words does not fit into that category, we know that that's the word. Then we have to think about why it doesn't belong, share that with the group, and obviously think about what all the other words have in common. So the first one we have, we'll just look at the left side. Cover, mask, facade, cavern, and front. Any words that you don't know, please use a dictionary or the internet to research and come back and we'll talk about them. The answer here is cavern. Why is it cavern? A cavern is a cave or chamber in a cave. All the other words relate to covering or disguising. Okay, so we can see a cover, maybe you cover your face, or a mask covers your face. A front is something you put up when you don't want someone to know the real you. And the same with the facade, right? You're putting up a front, or you're putting up kind of a fake image. These could be metaphorical or literal. And then a cavern has nothing to do with covering or pretending to be someone else. Cavern is just a cave. We have these words over here. Filthy, stingy, dirty, grimy, unclean. Take a moment to look up any words that you don't know the meanings of. The answer is stingy. And remember, we don't pronounce this stingy, right? It's not the word sting with a Y. It's stingy. Stingy. Good. So, why does stingy not belong? Stingy means unwilling to give or spend money. Sometimes it's synonymous with being cheap. All the other words relate to being clean or cleanliness, right? Filthy means something is dirty. And then we have dirty, right? Grimy means there's grime left on it, which means it's still unclean, and then unclean. So hopefully some of these were new words, especially this one, stingy, and this one, I think would be new ones, facade. All right, let's keep going. And I have a reminder here. If you don't know the answer, use the internet or a dictionary. This is not a test, right? So this is to practice. So please use your resources. So the first one we have hint, clue, warranty, implication, suggestion. Take your moment right now to look up any words you don't know. Okay. So which word doesn't belong? The answer is warranty. This is a written guarantee. A lot of the time we use this for when we buy something expensive like furniture or maybe a new appliance. It will say, you are guaranteed that this will work for at least 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is. So all the other ones don't have to do with a written guarantee, right? They have to do with useful information. So a hint, a clue, an implication, or a suggestion all have to do with useful information. What about the next one? Diminish, decrease, abate, reduce, demolish. What do these words mean? And the answer? Demolish. As we can see in the picture, someone is demolishing a house. This means to knock down. Abate might be a new word. This means to cause to become smaller or less intense. All the other words, besides demolish, have to do with getting smaller. Diminish, decrease, reduce, abate. Excellent. Let's keep going. Which word doesn't belong here? Educated, learned, erudite, advocated, knowledgeable. Take a moment to look up any ones you don't understand. And the answer? Advocated. This means to publicly recommend or support. So all the other ones have to do with some sort of intelligence. And just so you know, erudite has to or means having or showing great knowledge or learning. Educated, learned, advocated, erudite, knowledgeable. And the next one, miserable, despondent, forlorn, depressed, determined. Which ones are the correct ones? Which one doesn't belong? So, which one is it? The answer is determined. Determined means having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it. So this person who's pushing this big boulder up this mountain is determined, right? He has made the decision to push it up the mountain, and he is so ambitious, he's not going to change his mind. He is determined to put the rock or the boulder at the top of the mountain. Forlorn means pitifully sad and abandoned or lonely. Despondent means in low spirit. So the commonality between all four of the other words is sadness. Let's look at them again. Miserable, despondent, forlorn, depressed. These are all negative. All right, let's keep going. Permission, commission, consent, approval, clearance. And the answer is commission. This is an instruction or command or duty given to a person. The rest have to do with needing someone to allow you to do something. So we need consent or approval or clearance from our supervisor or permission from our mom and dad to do something. Pledge, prize, award, trophy, medal. Which one doesn't belong? Why? This one I know you can get. We know what a prize is, something you win, right? Which one's not something you win? A pledge. This is a formal promise. The rest are things that you can win. You can win an award, you can win a medal or a trophy for winning a soccer game, but you can't win a pledge. A pledge is something you make. All right, let's keep going. Skinny, slim, dense, slender, lean. We know what skinny means, right? We know what slim means. These are very similar. Which one doesn't mean skinny? The next one, or the answer, is dense, right? This means very compact and thick. Look at this forest, dense with trees. It's full. The rest have to do with being thin or being small, slender, lean. Good. And the next one, explain, clarify, illustrate, elucidate, eradicate. Which one doesn't belong? And the answer is eradicate. Destroy completely, end. If you look at my picture, it shows a spray, right, with skull and crossbones on it, because to eradicate means to destroy completely, to wipe out the trace of something. So let's eradicate all the bugs in the building. That means get rid of and destroy. The rest have to do with clarifying or clarification of something. And just so you know, elucidate means make something clear or explain. What about the next one? ACE, specialist, expert, severe, authority. Which word doesn't belong? What's the answer? Severe. This means very great or intense. So if we see the picture at the bottom, we have very severe winter storm weather. Right? Very intense. Can hardly see on the road because it's so intense. Okay. The rest have to do with having experience or power. For example, ace is a person who excels at a particular sport or other activity, right? And the rest, a specialist, right? Someone who specializes in something. An expert, who's someone who is very advanced in their knowledge of something. And authority, this is the person you talk to when to authorize you to do something. What about the next one? Strict, husky, stern, austere, stringent. Which one is the odd word out? What's the answer? The answer is husky. This means strong or hefty. The rest have to do with being serious or strict about something. For example, austere means severe or strict in manner, attitude, or appearance. Stringent means strict or precise. And stern means serious or unrelenting. What about the next? Which is the odd word out? Stall, pause, halt, stow, and stop. Well, we know what stop means, right? The opposite of go. We know what pause means, right? We take a moment to stop and then we keep going. Halt and stall might be new. What does stow mean? The answer is stow. This means to pack or store carefully in a particular place. So as we can see, this bed is being stowed away, right? It's being put back in its place. And all the words relate to stopping or pausing. To stall means to take time, and to halt means to stop. What about hurt, harm, injure, wound, hasten? Well, we know what injure means, right? When we have an injury, that's not a good thing. Usually when we have an injury, it hurts, right? It gives us pain. A wound is similar, right? This is a bruise or injury on our body. And to harm someone is to hurt someone, to put them in danger. So the answer must be hasten. To be quick to do something. I have the Roadrunner here because he's quite fast and quick. All other words relate to being hurt. Awesome. Threat, solace, peril, danger, jeopardy. Which one is it? Well, we know danger, right? Danger is not a good thing. It means that harm could potentially come to us. We're not safe. It's the same with jeopardy. To be in jeopardy means to be in danger. If someone threatens us or we receive a threat, that means there's a threat to our safety, which means it's dangerous. And peril, right, is also a dangerous situation, to be in peril. So the answer, the answer is solace. This is comfort and consolation in a time of distress or sadness, right? So this is the exact opposite of being in danger. This sunset picture kind of shows solace, right? Comfort and not really danger, right? And maybe being alone and sad, but comfortable. Okay, and the next one we have crowd, mob, slob, throng, flock. Which word doesn't belong here? Take a moment to look up any words that you're not familiar with. What's the answer? Slob. We see this man here. He's a slob, a lazy and dirty person. The rest have to do with being in a big group. So throng is a large crowd, and a flock is to congregate in a large group. Sometimes we say a flock of sheep or a flock of cattle, right? This means that they're all in one group. Devout, dislodge, extract, withdraw, remove. Which word doesn't belong? Well, we know remove, right? This means to take away. This is the same thing as extract. An extraction is to remove something, especially when we go to the dentist. They can extract something from between your teeth or extract even a tooth. Dislodge means to get something out that was stuck, right? Maybe so you dislodge your, I don't know, dislodge something from the pipes of the sink, something stuck in there. And then withdraw means to take away. So the answer must be devout. This means totally committed to a cause or belief, and usually this is related to being religious. So a devout Christian or a devout Catholic, for example. And we could see in this picture to remind you. The rest, like I said, have to do with removing something. What about the next one? Lift, absorb, elevate, raise, hoist. Well, we know what lift is, right? To lift something up is to raise it up. So we know lift and raise go together. Elevate is similar to an elevator, right? It takes us up. And then we have hoist and absorb. Which one is it? The answer, the odd word out, is absorb. This means to take in or soak up. The rest have to do with rising. So hoist up means to pick up. What about the next one? Song, tune, theme. Oh, sorry. Tune, anthem, hymn, memento. Which word is the odd word out? Well, we know a song, right? We sing songs, we listen to songs. Same with tunes. These are interchangeable. An anthem could be the song of a certain group or song of a country, national anthem, right? And a hymn is similar. So the answer is memento. A memento is a souvenir or a keepsake. See these coins or these tokens? Those are mementos. What about the next one? Bully, flog, coerce, compel, force. Well, we don't like being bullied, right? This means someone's making us do something that we don't want to do. Similar to force. Don't force me to do that. Compel is to urge someone to do something, and the same with coerce. So the answer is flog. Flog is to whip as an act of torture. Oh, geez. So we see in the picture someone with a whip. The rest have to do with to make someone do something. Normally when they don't want to do it, but sometimes just convinced. All right, let's do one more. Colossal, trivial, petty, minor, and slight. Which word is the odd word out? Well, we know minor is not major, right? Minor is just a little bit. Slightly, right? Just speak slightly louder. That means a little bit louder. If you were to commit a petty crime, right? This is just a small crime. And the same with trivial, right? It's trivial, it's little, it's not a big deal. So the answer is colossal. This means huge. We can see a tiny cupcake on the left and a colossal cupcake on the right. The rest are small. Like I said, small matters of little importance. What about the next one? Mend, fix, refund, repair, patch. Patch up. Well, we know what to repair something is, right? We take our car to be repaired, right, when it's broken. This means to fix it. So we have repair and fix. Mend is similar, usually with clothing. And patch up, right? This is literally to put a patch on something to make it not broken. It can also be used as to fix. So we know the answer is refund, to pay back money. All right, well, that's 35 minutes into class today. Sorry no one showed up, but I hope you learned some new vocabulary words today. Let's see, just to name a few of them, we learned colossal, we learned refund, we learned mend, we learned trivial. We learned a lot today, actually. We learned warranty, we learned abate, demolish, diminish, and we also learned despondent, forlorn, erudite, advocated. So I encourage you to practice those words in your everyday speech, or at least look them up and become familiar with the definitions. And yeah, good job today, and I hope you learned something new. Please come back to another linguistical class with me and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.